Welcome back to another episode of the Ambitious Journey podcast. I am Daharan.
And I am Drake. Back at it again.
Back at it, buddy.
Yes, sir,
What's up,
Steve. We are
man?
here, ready
Yeah.
for another one.
Yeah, another good one. How's your day been?
Man, go. About to end this year,
Yeah,
Here we are.
it's right here, bro. Jeez.
Yeah.
Right here. I felt like, I think we kind of talked about this already before, but March seemed so long, and it's like, it's so weird now to think that like it's a new year because March took forever, like in my head.
It really is.
Um,
It's kind of coincidental, too, that we've given all these people the episodes on holidays and stuff like that. Like, we gave the Thanksgiving episode. We got a Christmas Eve episode. Now we got a New Year's Eve episode.
Exactly. Yeah.
Crazy,
Oh, wait. Oh, it's today new. Oh,
Yeah, it's going to be New Year's Eve. So
dang, it is. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Look at us out here grinding, working.
it's kind of crazy, though, because I think everyone was excited for 2021. And then, it's knocking on the door right now, and, I don't think anybody wants to answer.
Yeah. Well, especially with how everything is right now, like so much uncertainty. People thought things like would be cleared up by now.
Yeah.
They're not. And it's just like.
And it's not even that not cleared up. We don't even have answers. Like, we don't even know when we're going to even have some sort of hope here.
And it's just kind of like, I feel like people were like, this is how I'm thinking about it. I don't want to go through 2 years, like, of how this year was.
And it sounds like we're going to, at least. At least,
dude.
They're saying, I saw Fauci mention something about, at least 9 months. So, I mean, bro, what are we talking about here?
Exactly. So 9 months of that, I saw Biden mention his 100-day mask mandate. I don't know, dude. I can't take it.
No.
But I don't even know where else I could even you can't go anywhere else. You can't go to another country.
So I think the biggest thing is you just have to go to one of those cities that doesn't care.
Yeah,
it's like everyone's got to move to Miami or Texas for a little bit.
Yeah, because those are the only ones that are just screw all of this. We are open.
But I was crazy. You mentioned Texas. I had a guy at work the other day. He came in, and I guess he was from the area, and then he tried to start a business in the area when all this was going on. And
wait, in Texas?
No, in Knoxville. So all of this happened, and then basically he said he got in his truck, loaded up everything he had, drove 20 hours to Texas, and never looked back. Started his business in Texas and is doing really well, even through all this. I was just like, man, that's the stories you like to hear. But it's crazy that there's so few places that a entrepreneur or anybody can go and actually work. It's crazy, man.
It's weird. You never would think that people would be begging to work.
Literally.
Or asking hey, can I go to work? It seems most people want to have time off, but no, dude, we've had too much time off, and it's getting to that point where it's at some point you need to get back to normal.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't even know what normal looks like now, but I just want to see a glimpse of it, and then let's see where we go from there.
Well, that was the thing is, as we approach 2021, I heard somebody say, if 2020 didn't teach you how to grind or teach you how to hustle, then you don't have it in you.
You don't, bro.
Yeah.
It's not in you. If you just sat back and just let everything take place, and you just were down and out, and you didn't try to do something about it, it's not in you, bro. You can't teach it.
And that was the other thing is, people getting these stimulus checks. I saw a couple people have already gotten their 600 that they got. Last night they got it, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But I've seen obviously people are just taking that money and just blowing it on everything. So it's people think that money is just gonna last forever, and some people are like, bro, $600 is not even gonna get me anything.
Yeah. Update. Let's update everybody. So at this moment right here, it is now confirmed. So we will only be receiving a $600 stimulus check. So as of right now, the $2,000 is out the window. They said they may come back later on with another stimulus, but to date at this moment, it is only $600. Like you said, some people got it last night. I think I just read something where it said for people that do paper checks will be coming out at the end, kind of end of this week and towards the end of next week, kind of in that time span. It's just it's weird too because as we just talked, we talked about this. Mitch McConnell is the one that slowed up to 2000.
We got an old white man from Kentucky.
Yeah.
You call that democracy?
Dude, that's so crazy that like he has that much power, like to do that.
But it seems like everything that I've seen, it doesn't. I don't think it's the $2,000 that's the holdup. I think that there's somebody that has like a lot of kind of stuff hidden in that bill, and they're trying to work that out. So it sounds like we're gonna get this 600 and then potentially another one, and it could be that 2,000. I don't know, but I mean, it seems like there's some other stuff in that bill that they're trying to clear out and get out of there.
Yeah, but and that's the thing, because I was like, because again, I don't think Mitch McConnell does everything right. Honestly, I mean, I've only followed some of his, like what he does policy wise and like things he talked about him just a little bit, but it's weird to me though that like that one night he would sit there and and deny knowing that people are in such hard times.
Literally,
like he would take that away. So I feel like you said, there's got to be a little something in there. It's like he's like, no, that's wrong, or like that's off. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not agreeing to that, because I think if I read that correctly, it just said that he stopped it from coming to a vote in the Senate. So I don't even I wonder if he thought that maybe they would say yes. So he was just like, let's just stop it right here before we even, get to having to debate this back and forth. It's going to be interesting though, bro, because you got to think, okay, some of these people, we already talked about this. People have been out of work now going on 37 weeks.
At least.
And $600 to start the year off. Like that's not really anybody I know's rent. I don't think that's a single person's rent. I know.
No, the only way that you rent is if you are in college and you share a house with 5 other people. That's
exactly. Exactly. That was us.
Literally.
So it's like, I don't know where what I guess the next gameplay. I hope they come back with that 2,000.
Like so. Well, I saw that he was trying to push for them to just kind of postpone it. Everyone go home for New Year's, and I was just like, bro, like, yeah, y'all can go home to your house where you can afford your bills, but like, there's people that can't do that. Like,
facts, bro, facts.
F your New Year's.
Yeah, and it's like, what you want to go? What was he planning? He wants to be with his family. Do you've had time off just like the rest of us?
Like, you got Christmas off while we had to sit there and wait for you.
Exactly. So I'm trying to, I guess I'm not trying to start off so heavy. So like, jumping right at it. But I just hope, and I think what you just said something about like people are already kind of blowing it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I saw like comments on Twitter. Like, so first off, on the lighter side, Twitter is absolutely roasting Mitch McConnell. And like, dude, some of the things are so funny. Like they like changed all these song names. It was like Mitch better have my money. And then like Mitch don't kill my vibe. And so all those are so funny. But then there's like the video of like from Friday where like Craig and Debo are about to fight, and so Craig has the gun, and Smokey's like, shoot him, and then talking about Mitch McConnell. So dude, Twitter is wild. And then there's one video was like Mitch McConnell, come outside, we don't even want to jump you.
We don't want to jump you, but just come talk to us.
Talk. Yeah. But then I've seen other people that are like, new Louis bag on me with my stimmy. And it's just like, bro. Okay. And the fact that they're calling it a stimmy.
Exactly. Making it cool.
Yeah,
bro. It's okay. If people have not learned from 2020 that you can play around with this government money if you want to, but
you ain't getting no more.
Exactly. And also too, if you play around too much, you like that. Well, I guess they won't come back for the stimulus, but like those people that were doing like those PPP like scams and stuff like that, y'all need to quit joking around, because they're starting to come back to get people. And also too, you should be saving that money. That just on a more serious note.
Literally.
Like
Or like use it
save
for necessities. Like we understand like people need like food, people need to keep their water and lights on.
Exactly.
People need that stuff. But like at the end of the day,
Yeah.
people are going out and buying like Gucci and all these name
Dude,
brand things for no reason. Like you couldn't afford it without this check. Don't buy it.
exactly. And that's what I'm thinking about too, because it's like, okay, if you're getting a stimulus check, that means that you qualified for it based off
Mm-hmm.
of your income.
Mm-hmm.
So
That means you don't make that much money.
yeah. So it's like, why are you now trying to just blow that? Like it makes no sense in my head. Like, so now you choose to blow it when you could have used that as an opportunity to, okay, let's say you're good though. Like you still been working this whole time, but just your income qualifies you. Okay, well then just sit that to the side like it never happened.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
because you're not guaranteed your job's going to be there.
Yeah, like just
like we don't know we don't know where this thing's going.
No, dude. It's, and like we just said, it doesn't look like it's clearing up fast. Though I wish it would. It just it's not a good time for us right now. It's not.
No, not at all. But I mean, we'll see what happens. That's our update on that, at least.
Yeah.
At least we're still all in the loop.
Something else to kind of jumping over here to something else I wanted to talk about. Have you seen well, actually I know you've seen it because you already brought it up. What was that, one podcast ago, 2 ago, about that new strain in Japan?
Oh yeah.
So apparently that's like this fast acting strain, but they found a case in Colorado.
Man, we're never getting rid of COVID.
Exactly. And I was talking to was I talking to my barber? It was either my barber or Taylor. I can't remember, but I was just like, so we already had 5 strands here that were identified. So now we got this new faster acting strand. So it's like, it just makes it goes back to my point again, like that we already talked about. I don't know if the things that we have done are justified.
They're not.
Like, so what are you supposed to do now? Just like you said, it doesn't look like it's going anywhere.
Well, it's just like how many strands that, like, I'm not comparing this to the flu. Like, I'm not one of those people who are like, this is the flu. This is
right.
I'm not that. I'm just saying, like, the flu's been around for 80 years.
Mm-hmm.
We get a vaccine every year. We have how many strands
somebody said something to me. Okay, so a flu shot is not a vaccine.
Okay, fair. You get a flu shot every year, but it still puts the flu in your body. To try to build up the immune system to fight it. Here we are, with a new disease. Like, like you said, these measures we've taken, I just don't feel like they're justified.
Yeah, and it's like,
because nothing's gonna change. So we're gonna have to cancel everything. Like, you're gonna have to start giving electricity, water, and housing for free to everybody.
Oh yeah,
and nobody's gonna have to work again.
Oh, dun dun dun! Conspiracy theory. That was my drum roll. What if this is their way of trying to bring in socialism, bro? With the new administration.
I don't know.
Oh, that'd be crazy.
That would be crazy. They're off to a good start.
Yeah. They're like, no, I don't even know if that's not how socialism works. I think that'd be more like communism, because then that'd be like classes. Mm-hmm. I don't know. That all those words sometimes they get kind of blurry for me there. Yeah. That's just a conspiracy theory. Somebody run with that how you will, and tell me what you thought about that. Am I onto something?
I mean, again, if that's their goal, they're onto something, because they're off to a good start.
But I mean, you made a great point though. I wasn't trying to joke through your point there, but no, it's eventually we're gonna have to get to a point where, like, okay, people cannot sustain themselves. Mm-hmm. They're going to need more than just a stimulus check. They're going to need full-on support. There's no more stimulating anything. You need to full-on support me and my household. Then what? Then, like, your debt becomes so much that your dollar isn't valued anymore. What are you doing? You know what I mean? It's and I know, bro. I know we cannot go through another 9 months.
Right.
There's no way we're going through 9 months of this again, like, financially.
I mean, I'm not making it through 9 months of this, but I mean, not even financially. I'm just talking about, like, mentally, probably even physically. It's like,
Yeah.
bro, holy hell. 9 more months of what we've dealt with. That sounds like actual torture.
Bro, imagine if they made us go through 9 months of March. Just take that in.
That's a full year.
Yeah, oh my gosh, bro. If they made us like I don't know how strict things were like there, but I mean,
So listen, bro. Everything was closed.
mm-hmm.
I found my I probably shouldn't say this, but I used to go work out at the high school.
Mm-hmm.
Like my rival high school, their gym was open. So people were working out in there. And I was
Uh-huh.
like, bet. So like I went and worked out in there until they closed it down.
No, I like it. I like it. I wish I could have found a gym like that. I feel like if I would have been like back in my hometown, oh yeah, I would have made some calls real fast, talked to some of my old coaches. We would
Yeah.
have made something shake.
Yeah. But that's the
But
thing is everyone is doing that. So it's like, cause like, I mean, not everyone, but like, I know I'm not the only person doing that. Cause I mean,
no, there's tons. Yeah, there's
I
tons of
I
people.
was one of like 20 people in this gym, like
Mm-hmm.
consistently people in this gym.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Well,
there's,
dude, here, uh, not to interrupt you there. There was like bodybuilders that were like friends with gym owners here,
mm-hmm,
still going to the gyms,
mm-hmm. And
and
that's
I'm
the thing.
like,
That's everywhere, bro.
yeah. So no, yeah, like you said, you weren't the only one. You just, I guess, like I guess you had to be more discreet because it's probably since it's at a school and stuff.
Yeah.
But no, dude, everybody's doing that because people want to live their lives. And just imagine here, oh my gosh, everything was closed. Like, okay, this is when you know something serious, bro. Cracker Barrel was closed,
Bro. Old white people mad as hell.
bro. They don't close for nothing.
Literally, bro.
Like, I mean, they're hard pressed to even close on Christmas. Okay, for you guys that don't know this, me and Drake both used to work at Cracker Barrel. Cracker Barrel is open every single day except for Christmas. I think it's kind of similar to the McDonald's model,
Mm-hmm.
but instead they and so on Christmas Eve they close at like 2 or 4, and then they try to open up like sometimes I've heard of some places, not our location, but they open Christmas evening.
Jesus.
Like that just lets you know how serious Cracker Barrel is about like being open.
365.
Yes, bro. So it's like, yeah, I can't take another if it turned out that way, 9 months of how March was, I'd be like, look, I'm going to whatever place lets me do like my life. People, dude, they didn't even want people like if you like when running outside.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this never happened to me, so I cannot fully confirm this. But like, let's say if there was like a group of people that wanted to do like a walking group, for like, hey, just if you want to meet up with people, social distancing, but walk outside. They were breaking up those groups.
Jeez.
Well, and it's like,
man, they closed down all the tracks here. So like,
yeah,
that
stuff
was the
like
thing.
this.
When that started, I was like, all right, time to get back into running. And
Yeah.
it's like I'd go run, and then like 2 weeks in, all of the tracks were closed. And then I found a set of like a nice hill, a set of stairs back behind like old middle school that's like right by my house. I was like, bet stairs. They got a basketball court, big hill. I can get some exercise in.
Exactly.
And then like a week later, I showed up and there was people running like 5-on-5 with like 20 people waiting on that outdoor court. And then the next day I came and they took all the rims. And I was like, bro, come on, ruining it for everybody.
As soon as you found a little piece of paradise, yeah, it was taken.
Yeah. They were like, nah, we saw you. We're good.
Dude, that's when I was sending you all like my running stuff all the time. Like, because I had gotten into running. I have never been a distance runner ever. I've always been about like sprints and, just like the mandatory conditioning, but not like running on my free time. But I got into running heavy then. But also kind of like what you did. So for working out wise, those little, what would you call them? Like those little playgrounds where they have like the pull-up bar, like the little, what are those called?
Like a jungle gym type of thing?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I was doing all my workouts like over there. So we found 2 of them. So one was behind, don't
name any school names here.
Yeah, I was gonna say yeah. I was trying to word that to you. I was like, how can I say that? But yeah, so there was a school that's not too far from me. But so I was there, and there wasn't that many people. I think I saw maybe one person go in there, but I think they caught me like on camera. So the next time I came, it was taped off, bro, with caution tape. But there was nobody out there, so
yeah.
I still worked out.
Yeah.
But
a little extra resistance on the caution tape.
Yeah, but like it was so funny to me though, because like that we have like similar stories, because as soon as I saw that happen, but it was only I had only seen me and one other person out there, but I know if I found it, then like other people had to find it.
Yeah.
But then another one was in Taylor's family's neighborhood, and it was open at first, like those first couple of weeks of March, or like when things first shut down. Then all of a sudden, dude, I came back one day. This sucker had multiple chains around like the gates with the locks, and like they have a high fence over the playground. So I mean, you could jump it, but you would look weird.
Yeah,
like people would be like, "What is he?" You know what I mean? So it just
feeding for a workout. I'm jumping a fence. Give me the playground.
Exactly. Like so. So I had to resort to just working out here at the house. Just right here in front of my house. I used to just go outside with some little dumbbells.
Dude, that was the thing, bro. You couldn't find dumbbells anywhere. When I tell you, I went to every store. I looked online. I did everything, and then I finally found a pair of 12-pound dumbbells at Target, and I was like, "All right, bro, I don't even care. Give it to me."
Exactly. Like, so I actually had a pair from like a couple of years ago, just sitting here.
Yeah.
I had to just look over to make sure they were still right there, because I hadn't pulled them out in a little while. But yeah, so I was saved by that though. Just two little 30-pounders. But dude, my brother found this great deal. Like right when it happened, he bought this whole set of weights. From 5 pounds to 65, I want to say it was.
Bro, he could have flipped that for like $1 million.
Dude, exactly. But I think he got it for like $170 though. Like right at the very beginning. So like that sounds like initially like a kind of a hit, but then you think like each one of those sets of dumbbells though, you can get one dumbbell for like $8, $12. So like if you start getting 2 and 3 of those, so just like going by the weight, I was like, that's honestly not a bad deal.
Dude, that's a really good deal, because I mean, you go to a store and like they try to sell you like $1 a pound. So like you get like a 35-pound dumbbell, you get 2 of them, you spent $70 on 2 dumbbells.
Exactly. And they shipped it into them and everything. So it was super dope. So I'm
gonna need that plug. I'm gonna need you to text me that, because I'm gonna need that right now.
See what that is?
We're gonna be in this situation again. I cannot live without weights again.
I was gonna say too, I saw this YouTuber. So they found this guy that had been collecting weights for years, like random dumbbells and stuff. And he was like, I don't even know what his reasoning was for collecting them, but he had like those like a storage unit, but like imagine like a large storage unit.
Yeah.
And it was just filled with old weights. So like some were like rusted and stuff, but he just collected them. And so he was letting bodybuilders come in and buy them for like, he was just accepting donations. So, but he would be like, whatever you want to give for like that amount of equipment, like I'm willing to take. He was like, I just collect them. And then, but the YouTuber wouldn't give out like where
I'd have been there.
That was. Oh, facts, dude. That dude had a line on his door. They would have bought out the whole warehouse.
Yeah, he would have sold out in an hour.
Oh yeah, like it would even have been a problem. He honestly probably could have been like 1,000 per thing, and somebody probably went done now.
When I tell you, I was looking on like third-party like apps and websites and everything, trying to find anything, and dude, they were selling like a pair of 20-pound dumbbells for like $150, $300.
I believe it.
I was just like, what the? Like, y'all really this desperate? But I know, like, on a serious note, like, dude, the gym for me, that's a getaway. That's me time. I put my music in. I get to enjoy I get to work on myself, but also enjoy like just the benefits of just like letting everything go, forgetting about everything for the hour and a half that I'm there.
Exactly.
And I know I'm not the only person. I know we probably have listeners that are like that. I know there's people that all across the world that are that same way.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like,
that's how I view it too. Yeah, like just gives you an allotted amount of time to work on yourself and to think too, like whether it be cardio or lifting. Like it's just that's you, like you said, taking me time. And so yeah, when they started kind of just they wanted people to work out in their house, dude, and it's like, dude, okay, how much energy like you exert and how worked up you get. But we've all been in like sweaty locker rooms. You want your house to be that now?
No.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if you actually do a workout, some people don't really do workouts. Like they call them workouts, but they're not. But if you're doing like one of those like high intensity workouts, bro, you're gonna be sweating. It's gonna get hot in there. It's gonna start smelling foul just
Yeah, you're gonna
because like
sweat all over your carpet, all that
exactly
mess.
like come on, no, nobody wants to do that. So I'm just hoping that it doesn't go back to that. And did I ever tell you about me looking up Clorox wipes?
No.
So I was at the same time of all this, I was looking up Clorox wipes to try to get some. And what made me think of it was when you just said that $200.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, they were selling one thing. This was on Amazon. One thing of Clorox wipes, I believe, was 30 wipes for $85, bro. And I was like, bro, these cost like
You want $2 and some change per wipe?
bro, that's insane. And I was like,
Couldn't be me.
but here's the other thing: they were sold out. And it said, yeah, it said that they were restock up in a couple of days. And then like, so it was like every couple of days, but like they were only putting up like I don't know who this vendor was, but it was only putting up like, yeah, like 3 of them at a time. And it was like, it would say like, you know how like when you click on Amazon, it says restocked on blah, blah, blah day or like whatever. And yeah, it was just so every couple of days. So if you had to like be on there just to get Clorox wipes, dude, insane. So I just hope, yeah, things kind of, even though I know how, what'd you say, Fauci saying 9 months. Let's just hope
that it gets my heart racing a little bit because I'm like, no, not again. I feel like a Notre Dame fan about to play Alabama again. They're like, oh no, don't do it to us, please.
Gives me, I got PTSD.
Yeah, bro.
Trauma. All right, bro. Let's you want to switch it up a little bit? You want to go jump into some sports?
Yes, sir. Let's do that. We're getting on close to these spring sports. I mean, we're like 2 weeks away from hockey. I know baseball is making big moves right now, and I know they haven't announced everything on their schedule yet officially. And then, I mean, even the NBA. I know we talk a lot of basketball in here, but the NBA has like only first half of their schedule is released. So like they have like the flexibility to have that second half of the schedule, like where they can kind of change it up. So that way,
I didn't even know
if things hit the fan, they're able to adjust.
Yeah. Dude, how'd you feel about what's his name? Adam Silva telling the Lakers that they're gonna redo the ring ceremony when there's fans.
I mean, I think that's fine. Because I mean, I dude, I think it's okay.
I do not want to watch another ring ceremony.
I mean, I'm not gonna watch it.
I have to watch it.
I was gonna say I'm not watching. Like for like Lakers fans, like I especially like losing Kobe this year and then like turning around and winning a championship and just like everything that it means. I think it's okay. If it was a different year, I would say like that's dumb.
Yeah.
But like based off the circumstances, my initial thought is like, you know, like losing Kobe was hard. You know, Kobe was, I feel like, especially anybody our age, was like who we grew up watching. And for that to happen and the Lakers to turn around and win a championship, like even though like I'm a Heat fan and my team lost, like I sat closer than I am to my computer right now watching Shaq and Kobe, you know, win 3 in a row at least, and then Kobe win his others. So I mean, I think based on circumstances, it's fine, but I mean, I hope they do it against the team that they're going to win, because if they lose, like that's just embarrassing.
Yeah, well, because they lost that night. To the Clippers, and then the Clippers turned around and got smacked by 50.
Bro, right?
That's insane.
But it's like you lost a little brother on the night you got your ring, like that. Like you got to do better than that.
See, I feel like the Lakers didn't really even care though.
They didn't.
Like, to be honest, they just they were like, I mean, they were there for the rings, but then, because I think LeBron only played like 12 minutes of the whole game.
I think he hurt his ankle. And he didn't even play like most of the fourth quarter. He like rolled his ankle, but who knows? But also like it's a LeBron team, so you have a new roster every 6 months. So it's like this was a lot of new players on that team.
Yeah. Hold on, what do we just? Oh, we were talking about ring ceremony. Yeah. To give my input, I kind of already did. I don't really, like I said, I don't want to see that, but I also think it's kind of corny.
Okay, I agree.
And so I got what your point was of saying, like, you know, like losing Kobe and that.
Yeah.
But then why not just hold off on the first one? Like, why just not say like, hey, we have the rings, but we're gonna wait until we have fans
They were
to
just trying to
enjoy
flex on.
this?
They were trying to flex on the Clippers.
Ah, okay. Then that makes sense.
Yeah, that's the
Because
only reason.
otherwise, I'm like,
Because I agree. Like you should have waited till fans were in there in the first place.
yeah,
And I get it
it's
if you want
like
to give your fans that opportunity to celebrate it, but
right.
you were trying to
But
flex
okay,
on little brother.
couldn't they also though just if they don't have the second half of the season planned out, but they know that they're made, let's say hypothetically, there's going to be fans in March.
Mm-hmm.
Why not just have the ring ceremony in March then against the Clippers if it's already tentative?
Yeah, I don't know because I don't think anybody's gonna have fans this year. I don't think
Okay.
the NBA is gonna allow. I don't think the NBA is gonna put themselves at that kind of risk.
Yeah, just because with everything going on, and
Mm-hmm.
so many people praised them already for
Well,
the bubble.
hell, you don't know what these guys are doing outside. I mean, James Harden's going everywhere. Lord knows the Phoenix Suns, they had 8 guys banging one girl last year and
Man,
at the same time. So it's like
that's
you got teams doing stuff like that. Like
yeah,
you don't know what these guys are doing.
right. Especially with like you said, the main point too. Uh, James Harden being such a big star,
Mm-hmm.
those big stars have so much pull. They can go do whatever they want to,
Mm-hmm.
whenever they want to,
Around whoever they want to, and then they bring it to
exactly,
the locker room. So I think
exactly.
the
And what
NBA
are you
already
gonna
sees
say?
NBA already sees those risks, so
Mm-hmm.
they're not going to try to add fans on top of it. Because I mean,
Right.
yeah, you can try to mandate a mask policy, social distance, all those kind of things, but I mean,
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, like you can only do so much in a stadium.
Right. Speaking of this though, because we talked about like people doing whatever. Dwayne Haskins. Um,
Bro,
I
what an idiot.
yeah. See, I don't know like the full story. I just saw how I saw Shannon Sharp talk about it, and so I was like, um, to update you guys, people listening, people watching. So Dwayne Haskins was released from the team, from the Washington football team.
Mm-hmm.
It's still kind of strange to say like that.
Well, I mean, he was drafted by the Redskins, 15th overall 2 seasons ago, and then
Yeah,
obviously went through this transition to the football team.
yeah, and then and then but yeah, they released him. So do you know more about the story at all? I'm not gonna just threw this on you, but
Yeah, so the biggest thing on it is when he was drafted 2 years ago, Dan Snyder was still basically was like the owner of the Redskins,
okay,
and now he's the one that kind of got booted out, and they have all those like sexual allegations and like workplace allegations, all those kind of things against him.
yeah,
But he basically took over the draft room the day that they drafted Haskins because nobody else in the organization wanted Haskins.
wow, okay,
He,
I never
he
knew that.
yeah, he took over the draft room allegedly. I mean, this is what's on like ESPN and Fox Sports and all those kind of things. That's what they're saying. He took over this draft room and said like, "This is the guy we're getting." Period. Like, that's it. And then
Mm-hmm.
they took him. He was from DC, so it was
Yeah,
like like I guess they call it the DMV area. So
right,
like he was from there. So now I guess like coming home, he's got all that hometown crew in his ear. So when they released him, based off of poor performance and kind of like lack of, I guess, professionalism, if you will,
yeah, mm-hmm.
um, they the organization said that they thought him getting out of the DMV area and finding a new start, a fresh start, was kind of the best thing for him to give him an
Right.
opportunity to be successful.
Because yeah, so you said basically exactly what I heard. As far as like he was just unprofessional. They said that like he was playing around. You name it, he kind of did it. Went out partying, and that's what made me think of it was when you said those guys going out. So that makes even more sense if he's from there,
Mm-hmm.
and he's a big name too.
Mm-hmm.
Like as
Dude,
far
he threw over 50 touchdowns at Ohio State, bro.
exactly, bro. Like he's a big deal. At least to like I don't know about as far as being a household name, but to people that know sports and watch football, like they know who Dwayne Haskins is.
Yeah.
So like, you know what I mean? I would imagine he would run into quite a few fans, one being hometown kid and two just people that watch sports
Mm-hmm.
around there. So like you're not containing a guy like that, no matter what type of protocols you put on.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, the biggest thing they said was like I think it was his girl's birthday party. Like
mm-hmm.
they had strippers there and everything. and there's like there's a picture that posted with him and the strippers in the same area, and so like that's where things got messy, like real
Exactly.
fast.
Come on, bro. Come on. You know they're trying to social distance people.
Literally.
Like, if you do it, don't post it. Just go on with your day.
Well, he
Just
didn't post it. He just got caught slipping. So
see, who is it? This is the first time I had heard of this. I didn't know this was like how people operated. But I knew some people that hung out with Ray Shrimmerd, and they made them all put their phones in a box before they came inside the house to hang out with them. So the only people that have phones are the security and Ray Shrimmerd.
yeah.
So
I mean, a lot of people do that. A lot of celebrities do like what do they call
right.
them? NDAs or whatever.
And like, so like I later found that out, but that was the first time I was like, why would they do, man, I would never be in there, like, without my phone, blah, blah, blah. This is what I thought when I first heard it. But like thinking and then seeing stuff like this, you're like, no, yeah, I would probably do the same. Like, tell everybody, no, I don't want anybody else in here with a phone, anything that can record anything. Yeah. So like, even more so now, just with, as we see in this case, they will use that against you, bro, to get you out of there.
Oh, and that's the thing is like, these people don't understand what it's like to be a celebrity. I mean, neither do we. But at the end of the day, like, we see that everyone is trying to get a picture of a celebrity doing this or that, and then post it. They're just trying to get that leverage they have on them for some reason.
Bro, have you seen the video of Lionel Messi? Oh my gosh, dude.
Which video are you talking about? Because I saw a video the other day of him like in a car and like trying to leave, and like, dude, you can't even drive because there's like a million people around.
That's exactly the video I'm talking about.
Then yes, I've seen that video.
My gosh, bro! Like, yeah, just thinking of, like you brought up, being a celebrity, bro. Oh my god! Like, so I mean, that guy's probably the biggest name in the world for sports. I mean, there's a few people like that, but he probably has to be top of the top, like, because as we know, I mean, soccer, or what they call it, football, is the king of sports around the world.
Yeah, it's like him and Cristiano Ronaldo. Like,
yeah, exactly.
That's
like,
the right now.
There's and I'm sure like
there's some young guys coming up. We all get that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Nobody get on our case about this. Like, these are the two stars. Period.
Absolutely. And so like, I'm sure that guy, it's just so crazy. I can't even imagine what his life is like. But just seeing a glimpse of that, like right then, bro, the man is what they say, he was like leaving from training or something like that. And he's just driving down the street, and people planned out his schedule just to meet him at the light and jump on his car, like, and touching it just to put up a phone to record him in his car. And it's like, he was so cool about it. He just kind of sat there. He smiled, waved, but like, he just waited.
Probably so used to it.
Yeah, just waiting on the light though.
15.
Huh?
He's been doing this since he was like 14, 15 years old.
Oh yeah. So. But like, just imagine, that's like your everyday life. I would guess I would just kind of imagine people like being like leeches, as far as like not really taking stuff from you, but just always just being on you. You know what I mean? Like, it's like he can't go anywhere and not. I mean, it's so crazy. He was just at a light driving. Imagine if that man would have been walking somewhere.
Oh, dude, security would have been deep.
Oh my gosh. Like, oh man, but like you said, yeah, he hadn't had a normal day of life since 15, 16.
Yeah. But that whole lifestyle would just blow. I think like
you think
of like the celebrities you see in like LA, like you can't even get in and out of a restaurant or a car, and there's 200 people standing outside minimum taking pictures, everything. Like, you gotta wear sunglasses at night, bro. You know how hard it is to see with sunglasses at night when the lights ain't flashing?
Exactly. Yeah, I'm just trying to even put myself like in the shoes of somebody like that, and not to get away from Dwayne Haskins, but just kind of, it is just mind blowing. Like, and they take all those measures, putting on hoodies to tie them all the way up right here, like, wearing jackets all the way over. Like, I don't know if it would suck as a lifestyle. Something about it kind of intrigues me, but I think that's because I don't have it.
Yeah, so, probably.
You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't have to worry about, my son or daughter having 30 people following behind them just to say I took a picture with so-and-so's kid. You know what I mean? It's just like, so yeah, I think it would be kind of fascinating, but at the same time, I can see how that would burn out, or I would just get tired of it like really fast. Like, okay, look, I'm normal. I'm nothing like spectacular. I just do something that's cool. Like just give me a break. But
Yeah, no, that's definitely how I feel. But I mean, that's the thing is Haskins can't handle that for some reason.
yeah.
Like I don't understand. Like,
Well,
that's
how old is he, bro?
I mean, he's been in the league 2 years. I think he might have played like his junior year, might have left as a senior.
So
But I
let's
mean, so
say
at
he
worst
might
case,
be.
24,
Yeah.
25,
Come on. Yeah.
and that's at oldest.
Yeah. So you got to think
Come on.
he's been a big deal since high school.
Mm-hmm.
Then he went to Ohio State and was another big deal. So people always say this: guys mature 3 to 4 years behind like what their age actually is.
Yeah. But
So
it also depends on who you have around you.
very true, very true. So I don't know how he grew up there,
Mm-hmm.
but if I just take that into consideration, he's still really just a super young dude.
He really is.
Like
He really is. But he also got this
so
all very fast because
exactly.
he only played 1 year at Ohio State.
So and just take that into like so like if he's there, he's been used to like people doing basically whatever he wants them to do. He's been able to do whatever he wants to do. Like so now, I think he's not realizing. I think Shannon Sharp said this. There's a certain level of professionalism that is demanded of you when you make it to the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
It's no longer college. It's no longer high school. This is a professional job that you get paid to do, and they expect you in return to be a professional. So you have at least the bare minimum. You know what I mean? Like you have to meet that.
Well, and one thing that I saw one of the Rockets assistant coaches say before this Haskins thing happens, but it definitely applies here, is they were talking about James Harden. He'll go out, he'll be out, miss practice, do this, that, and the other, but he comes up the next day and gives you a 40-point triple-double.
Right.
Haskins ain't giving you that, bro. You're losing to the Panthers by 3 touchdowns in the first half.
Yeah.
And you were
Did
team
he start?
captain 2 weeks before.
Did he start last year?
I think he did start initially, but that was really about it. And then they got a new coach this year. He ended up being the captain, which I mean, most quarterbacks are. So we'll take that with a grain of salt. But then he was starting on Sunday and cut Monday morning. They didn't even.
Okay, here's my thing, bro. He had to say something crazy to somebody. He had to.
But also, like, I guess, like, everything has added up. There's so much baggage. They knew they couldn't trade for him.
Right.
So they were just like, all right, bro, like, go. And then nobody claimed him on waivers.
Oh, still?
Waivers claim is already done. So, like, nobody claimed him on waivers. So now he's like, technically a free agent. He's probably done, bro.
Nah, only
if Kaepernick can't get a job, he's not getting one.
If he,
and I get it. That's political too. But at the same time, like, dude, there's some quarterbacks. Like, he took Cam. Cam had one call. Cam Newton had one call.
Well, that's because also because Cam put in a lot of different like guidelines and stuff too, though. Like, so that kind of once you put that out there and you are on a down year, then it doesn't work. It does work out to where it's only one call. Only reason I think Haskins will get another job is because it goes back to the age thing. He's 24. Now, if he was like 28, 29, I think we're looking at a different story. But 24,
I think it's bad timing, man. I think it's bad time. We got a draft coming up in 3 months, 4 months. And you know what's in that draft? A lot of quarterbacks.
Right.
A lot.
But imagine one of these teams that, though they're down on the year, they know they're not going to get one of these top guys. They need, for instance, they just need a backup that can at least be decent. So he has NFL experience. You know he can perform if you give him the situation to. He just you may have to deal with some off-field stuff until he grows up. What better time than to get him cheap right now when he just needs to be somewhere? And he's 24. You're looking at he could really blossom, 26? Like, just imagine he takes 25 to develop, whatever, 26, 27, 28, 29. You're looking at, another good 6 years you could get out of a guy off of a deal that was broken?
I think this is going to be the one where we're split on it. I think you definitely – I definitely could see that happening potentially, but I think he's done. I just think – because the thing is –
well, I mean, it is – I talked about this. Kelly Bryant is not in the league. I don't get why. I'm off that.
Yeah. But also, like, we saw good talent on the field that had trouble off the field. Johnny Manziel, man. Johnny Manziel won the Heisman. He just didn't put in.
Johnny Manziel also said he's not going anywhere he doesn't want to go.
Okay, but he
He's
also put
basically
in no time in the NFL, just like Haskins did, and wanted to go out all the time.
yeah. He also did talk reckless to almost every owner though.
Yeah, but I mean, I would talk reckless too if I played for the Cleveland Browns, and you thought you
Yeah,
were the Cleveland Browns and you thought you were good.
yeah. So
Like you thought it was
I
a
mean,
privilege that I'm here. No, like send me anywhere else, please.
right. I mean, so what? Now he plays in Canada, right?
No, he doesn't do anything. He doesn't play football at all.
Nothing. I know that they said he tried to go back and finish up school. I think he did that.
He has a couple businesses that he runs. He's doing
Yeah.
pretty well.
He really could have been something great if he just pissed too many people off. That's a whole different tangent. We can talk about Johnny Manziel for forever, but no, yeah. But when you make that point right there, though, I can see the correlation just from what I hear the story because I don't know all of it, but I could see what you're saying about Dwayne Haskins and Manziel and saying that like he could be done. But Dwayne Haskins is what? He's like 6'3".
Yeah, but I mean, he's
Johnny
not
Manziel was
accurate.
5'10".
He's not accurate. And think about how athletic Manziel was. Haskins is not that either.
Yeah, but
So if you're not athletic and you have to sit in the pocket and then you're not accurate when you have to sit in the pocket, I
so
think there's a lot of problems there.
You don't think any team would just give him a chance to just be on the roster?
The only reason I'm saying this is because, again, draft is coming up, a lot of quarterbacks in it. But then the second point is, so all those teams are going to draft. I mean, we're looking at probably quarterbacks being taken in the first 4 rounds, a couple in each of those rounds.
Right.
At least. I mean, we're looking at probably 3 to 4 in the first round, probably 3 or 4 in the second round, and maybe even about 3 in the third round at least. So, I mean, there's a lot of quarterbacks, depending on who comes out and who stays.
Right.
And then, so these teams are going to draft quarterbacks, which means they're going to cut backups to get these spots. So then those backups that were already on a team that don't have these off-field issues are going to go to another team that need a backup. So that's why I'm saying, like, I don't see somebody being like, oh, let's just take Haskins and deal with the drama.
Yeah, no. I think if there, I do agree. Okay, if there was ever a reason to not have him, it would be absolutely the drama. But that's what I'm saying. I think he's coming up on a big maturity year right here too. That I know mentally I'm matured at 25, so it's like I guess I'm being optimistic. I hope for him somebody gives him a chance so he can prove like, hey, I was just a knucklehead. I get it. I sucked as a person, but now I'm better and I can move forward.
Yeah. Well, and if he does get a chance, he'll get a league minimum 1 year opportunity, maybe even a practice squad opportunity.
Right. That's what I see.
And then he's gonna have one shot, man. It's gonna be like, hey, this is your last chance if he gets it.
See, what I think they'll do is there any like I can't even think of this right off, a vet quarterback that's like that's somewhere right now that's a backup to like a stud?
Oh man, I don't think so.
Yeah, I couldn't think that fast either. The question just came to me because what I see them doing is like you said though, doing that, but then pairing him with that vet so that vet can show him, and that way he has to toe the line. So to be one of those like, hey, we're gonna give you a mentor of somebody that knows what's up, how to keep a job in the NFL, and then and we'll give you this shot this year, and then if this works out, we'll talk about, trying to do something else like this. I think, what would you call it? Almost like a probationary contract. I could see him getting a couple of those.
But, man, there's only a couple teams I can think of that have those kind of quarterbacks you can do that. Obviously, I think Tampa with Tom, because Tom is very successful.
But Tom he's the vet and the stud. And he doesn't like to talk to his backups or help them.
But then the only other team I can think of, like Detroit, Stafford is a good quarterback, but I mean, he has nothing around him. But I mean, he's been in the league forever and he's gotten the crap beat out of him every single season. Right. And then, because I mean, a team like Indianapolis with Phillip Rivers, that'd be good, but they have Jacoby Brissett waiting in the wing, so like he's not going to take Brissett's position.
Right.
And then that's really because Dallas had it with Dak and Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton was the best backup pickup you could have.
Right. Well, see, I'm thinking too, like this may be sucky right here, but bear with what I'm trying to say. So, like, imagine like the Dolphins, how they have Tua right now. They have Fitzpatrick, who's been in there for forever, bro.
Yeah.
Like what he's played with, God knows how many teams.
Literally like half the league at least.
Yeah. So like pairing him as a third stringer with a guy like that, and just being like, hey, look, I'm gonna show you how to conduct yourself if they get along. But like it's some type of guy like that. So they have that stud starter. Fitzpatrick comes in and does his thing when they need him to. But really, he's there to mentor, show the ropes, and he can be paired with the guy at least for a year, just so you can try to see, does this guy grow up?
Yeah.
Does he realize?
In worst case, he can be an emergency quarterback.
Exactly. You know what I mean? And like he can work, at least close out a game or something. If like as far as hand the ball off to the running back.
Yeah.
If it came to it. So
I think honestly, I just thought of this, but a team like Seattle, I don't even know who Seattle's backup is, but Russell Wilson is like a prime example, bro.
Man, I was just thinking that too. Only thing is, I don't know if you would want to put him there because I don't know if you want your stud in so much close proximity with him.
I think if anybody can handle it, it's Russell Wilson, dude. He's like the ultimate like role model.
Right. Because and the only reason I say that is
he's
because
even taking care of Future's kids. Like he's been here before. He's not new to this.
Right. I just don't. Yeah. See, I don't know what type of locker room guy he is either. And I know that was kind of brought up. It wasn't really like discussed, but it was just like you want a quarterback, especially if he's going to be your starter, to be a leader and to help locker room culture. So, you need him, man. He needs to be with somebody like that, like Russell Wilson.
But also with Seattle, Pete Carroll's the coach. I feel like Pete Carroll could handle that.
Has he had any problematic? Well, Richard Sherman, but he
also had beast mode, and he made that work really well. I'm not saying beast mode is problematic. I'm just saying like that's a different personality.
Yeah, and I was gonna say Richard Sherman was only off the field. He was the ultimate professional, but on the field he was kind of rowdy. But I don't think you care about a guy being rowdy on the field. Though.
No, especially not a DB.
Yeah, it's kind of like, especially that was him in his prime too.
Yeah,
he was. Yeah, so but I feel like, he might could. I would almost say only because Belichick has kind of been able to squander some type of like personalities in people.
I don't think the Patriot way is very special. It's not for everybody.
Yeah, and I don't know if Haskins lasts there though, just because I think he may get fed up.
That was like Ocho Cinco went there, and he was like, "Bro, I can't. It's not for me."
Yeah, so I don't even think it would be the fact that Belichick wouldn't, would even care to have him or not care. It's just that he would be like, I think Haskins would be like, I can't do this.
Literally.
This is too much. I don't know. That's going to be an interesting story to follow. I just wish him the best, and I hope, he can get his head level and play some football because we know the kid can ball. I mean, he proved it.
That's the thing. NFL stands for not for long. So better.
I think that's the first time I ever heard that, bro.
Hey, bro, they got to get their head straight. You got to grow up quick. Get those paychecks while you can. Because we got players that are getting paid for 20 years to play.
But that's what Shannon Sharp's biggest point was. He was like, you're no longer just playing for yourself or for your school. He was like, you're playing for your kids, for your family. He said for a mortgage, for a life. He said they made you a millionaire so you can have financial freedom. Like he was like, you're no longer just playing just because, like you have a purpose of playing. And I was like, a lot of people don't realize. That's why I say again, I think he's just immature, because a lot of people don't realize until they come. Some people get it right out the gate. They know what's up. They know what's at stake, what's on the table. And some people don't get it at all. And it has to be kind of stripped away from them just so they can have a reality check like, yo, I need to really pull it together.
Yeah.
So
who knows? I mean, I know we talked about people getting paid.
Yeah.
You see the player that got paid in Bitcoin?
Yeah. Break that down for people.
The was it Russell Okung? I believe is how you say his name.
I believe that was it.
Plays for the Carolina Panthers. He tweeted like 5 years ago. He said like, "Pay me in Bitcoin." It was like 5 or 7 years ago. He said like, "Pay me in Bitcoin," and then this week he tweeted, "Paid in Bitcoin."
Yeah.
I just don't
Dude,
understand like why
it's
you're asking the team to do this. Like, just take your paycheck and then go buy Bitcoin.
yeah. I saw the story pop up, and I just read it really fast. But yeah, so if I understood it correctly, so yeah, you said he plays for Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it was 13 million, and he asked, so they paid him half of that in Bitcoin. And so I was like, well, why wouldn't you just take the amount and then just put it in Bitcoin? And so I kind of just looked up some stuff real fast, just at the time. But he was like, he said something about he sees like where currency is going or something like that.
Yeah.
But it's when I first saw it, it was just kind of strange to me. I was like, what? Why the team even like entertain it?
Yeah.
Like, what made them be like?
Well, my biggest
Yeah.
thing on that is because like depending on where you buy Bitcoin from, you have to pay like service fees and like all those kind of things. So I don't
So
know
he
if
could
this
have
was
lost money.
yeah, well, I mean for sure. But that's my thing is does he get paid that exact amount in Bitcoin and then that team covered the fees to make sure that he still got that exact amount?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, cause I mean, if I'm them, like, I don't see what's the upside for me to give you Bitcoin. Like,
Well, that's the thing is he either lost money because they just paid that exact amount and then you don't get that exact amount when you buy Bitcoin.
right.
Like you have to buy more to get that exact amount because of the fees and all that. And then is it the volatility? Is that how you say that?
Well,
Of what it is? Like, bro, Bitcoin changes by the second.
yeah.
Like we could be talking right now and Bitcoin could be at a number and then in 5 minutes it could be down $5,000.
Right. What do you think about cryptocurrency, like as a whole?
I wish I would have got on it at the beginning. I'll tell you that.
Right.
Because I mean, I saw a chart that said Christmas Eve. They showed like Christmas Eve every year of Bitcoin. Oh my god, bro!
It
I mean,
spiked
we,
up.
we were at Christmas Eve. It was like $25,000 for one Bitcoin.
So, it, my thoughts on it. I like cryptocurrency. I like the idea of it, but I'm not fully sold on it
I
because
think I think I'm on that same boat, but it's because I'm not fully educated on it,
right,
and
exactly,
I feel
exactly.
like the common person like us is never going to be completely educated on it.
Right. It's almost like those people that understand the stock market like in and out.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, oh yeah, crypto, and it's like, yeah, but how do you make that for like a person that lives off the grid almost? That normally they would use cash in most exchanges. Like, so now if you erase cash, what you explain crypto to them, they say
Yeah,
I put in 12, but today it's saying that my crypto wallet is only worth $2.
yeah,
But I put in 12. And
yeah.
it's like, you know what I mean? It's like, so I feel like it's such it is very new, just scraped the surface, but it seems like it's more uphill of like a battle than it is like enjoyable.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense. You always have to like pay attention to it.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Like
You
you can't
you
just
definitely
walk
have to pay
outside and be
attention.
like, my dollar. Oh, it's $1. Awesome. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
And
Um,
I think they'll have to change like how much it like the value changes before they can go like where you can use it in stores and stuff like that. Like I know you can use it for like buy stuff online and like certain
right.
places. It's like all non-refundable. It's like basically like I know a lot of places like offshore gambling sites and like all those kind of things they take Bitcoin because it's like basically like non-traceable.
Right.
So I mean obviously everything's traceable, but
Yeah.
I don't know what that's kind of like what they're it's like I guess harder to trace.
Yeah.
But it's crazy. So I don't
Yeah.
know. It seems like it's just going up and up and up, and it's
Right.
I don't get it.
I could see it as like if you want to do it I guess in foreign type of exchanges, I could see that because just how currency changes as you cross different country lines and so forth.
Yeah,
So that would make sense, but as far as in your own country, I don't see like the benefit of that. It's kind of like so I don't know, but um there was another point I was going to make on that too. Oh yeah, there's so I know that there was one country they do what is it called? It's called the green coin. So what they do is they take all their plastic around the community. I want to say this is in Switzerland, and they make these little green like coins out of stuff. but you can only use them locally at whatever place. So let's say this green coin is worth like $5 because it's $5 worth of reused plastic.
Dang.
So that's their way of like kind of recycling, but also taking that money instead of them not handing you cash for it, and now they got to dispose of it. Let's make them into these coins, and you now use that but it's just locally though. So it's wherever like your area uses that. So
That's pretty cool though.
it is.
It's a good
But
good initiative to have people recycle.
exactly. But I kind of thought that like with crypto, I feel like it may be better for like in your area. I don't or but then I just said, like the foreign thing, it makes sense too that way. So I don't know. It's just all these different currencies like that are that are coming out, because I think there's like 12 different crypto companies now.
Dude, there's so
Like,
many.
yeah, so it's like somebody sees something. I don't know what that is. I wish they would tell me so I could
Dude,
get
literally
somebody
though,
in there.
if anybody listening has any insight on this, please let us know, because I will try to find the
And
most of my
no,
money
and
possible.
yeah, but you forex crypto people though. No, don't blow up my Twitter with all that. I swear I've scrolled it out all the time. I know forex is cool, but no, it's those people that do that forex crypto. No, bro, stop. Like, man, you really are missing out on your potential. No, I'm not. No,
No.
I'm not. I'm not. I just actually value my money. I need it at the moment. So
Yeah.
maybe if I had some extra, I might.
Dude,
But not
that's
right
the
now.
thing, man. If we would have got on Bitcoin when it was like just a couple dollars per Bitcoin, you,
Oh boy, what was that? I was listening to this guy. He was like, it's on this another podcast. I won't say the podcast name,
no
but
free ads.
yeah, but he was a scammer. But he was saying somewhere he has like a flash drive or a hard drive, something like that. But it has, I can't remember if he said 400 or 4,000 bitcoins on it. He said, but he got it like, he's an older guy. He's like, this was years ago, like when Bitcoin was just like something that you had because he did like illegal stuff.
Yeah.
And he knew that was a way. He was like, I don't know where that went though. And he was like, he was like, I want to say it was confiscated. By the was it Homeland Security, I believe, because he was for fraud. I think he said Homeland or it was like FBI. He's like, but he said they have that somewhere. He's like, it's just sitting there with however much that Bitcoin is. He's like, so he said, so in a way, I'm kind of like a multimillionaire. He was like, but I'm not because I don't have it. Yeah.
Bro, I'd be like, can I please just have my Bitcoin?
Just look, you can keep the hard drive. Just give me the Bitcoin off of it.
Yeah. Dude, because I
I,
mean,
well,
hell, I
also
mean,
too, can you not like? I wonder if you just put it on something, is there not like something you can log into to like track it or
well, it
like
just
to
depends on
have
where
it?
he got it, because so many places have like cryptocurrency. Like you can buy it
Well,
is
he
bro.
was at
You
the
can get
very beginning. He said he was like
yeah,
at the very beginning. He saw a guy mention it on a forum, and because that's how he got into it,
yeah.
into scamming and stuff. He used to go on these old forums to learn like computer stuff.
See, I don't know where like it started at the beginning. I know like nowadays you can do it on like PayPal, Cash App, like there's Coinbase. I mean, there's a
Yep.
million different places that you can get Bitcoin and all this other cryptocurrency.
You can do it on Robinhood. You can do
Yeah,
it on there too.
yeah.
Like they'll let you put money into. They almost treat it like a stock, almost kind of.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I kind of compare it to that. So it's like those
But it
guys that
changes like
understand
that.
that.
That's for sure.
Yeah,
It
they're
just doesn't
like,
close. It doesn't close at whatever like 5 o'clock like Wall Street does. Like
right.
that sucker can
Keep going.
change through the night. Don't sleep.
Yeah, I wonder how much the guys that first I got into it, like I wonder how much they have of it.
Dude,
Have you ever
they
heard of the
have
person?
$1 billion. I don't know. I don't know
No.
if there's like one person or a group or what, but
Oh, so well, I'm talking about the people that like first kind of like that guy.
yeah,
So oh man, I forgot the name. The guy that started Bitcoin, they don't know. They only know his name. They don't know what he actually looks like.
hmm
And so they a lot of people have alleged this. Only reason why I know this because one time I was sitting in the deer stand and I was listening to this podcast again, and two different podcasts, but they were going over this. It was like, who is the blah blah blah? I forgot his name, so I don't want to mess it up. But it's a very unique name, and they were like it's just all these kind of different things. Like they believe it was a group of people, and it was like different parts of their names put together. But this guy really goes through this whole thing and like breaks it down. It's like an hour long, and he just breaks down like all the possible, I guess, ways that it could be like these multiple people. He said, but a lot of people believe that it's this one guy that he hasn't been photographed though. But people know him.
I'd be staying super secret myself.
Yeah, they believe he has not in value, but in actuality, 1 billion bitcoins.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's so much money.
Yeah, so like it's not that his value is 1 billion. They believe he has 1 billion of them. I mean, he's the one that created it. You know what
So
I
I
mean?
mean,
So it's
dude, think
like,
about that right now at this moment. As we are currently speaking, you have a
mhm.
billion Bitcoin.
Yeah,
Bitcoin is going for one Bitcoin as of today, $28,177.82 as we're speaking. So
Jesus.
you're looking at 20, dude. You could have made $4,000. You could have basically made $1,000 a day since Christmas. So now they're recording if you would have had one Bitcoin. And imagine if you had a billion of them.
Exactly, dude. Oh my god, dude. If he's even just exchanging out like just like because you can exchange them out for cash, right?
Yeah, so you can just sell it. I mean, you sell your share or how much ever of your
Yeah.
Bitcoin that you want to sell, and then yeah.
Gosh, dude, you can, man. So if he's doing that, he could literally just sustain his life just doing that, and never even have to really cash them or sell them all off.
Bro, he could sell them all right now, and his great grandkids are set.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, dude. Yeah, that's insane. But again, these are all like I guess you would call it conspiracy because they don't know for sure.
Yeah.
But it just kind of dates back to like they know the guys that first kind of started off using Bitcoin,
Mm-hmm.
and they believe that they know exactly who it is, um, but they believe it's another group of people just based of like how the names of Bitcoin changed over the years, and like because it was like an idea that was introduced back in like the 70s. Like two guys wrote about it,
Dude, that's
and then
crazy. The 70s.
yeah, it was like something like that. They wrote about it, and then one of the guys ended up disappearing. As far as like he just stopped like putting out work because he was like a well-known like he was like a mathematician and like
Jeez.
something. And this is like right when computers were like kicking off.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was like right there in that wave, and so but then he kind of like just went away, and then shortly after the guy that wrote the other book, like he was like, yeah, he was like, I have Bitcoin. And he was like, I know who I talked to and blah blah blah. So they were like, it's crazy, dude. So
Dude, the
and you guys,
craziest thing
if you
is like
can,
even during this pandemic with Bitcoin, so we can say on March 2nd. Well, we'll get even better because if you would have bought it April 1st, Bitcoin was $6,700. So $6,700 for one
Mhm.
Bitcoin. Your
Man,
$6,700 right now, as we are speaking, would be worth 28,000.
bro, just imagine if some of those people would have taken like some of those like PPE like loans and stuff like that and put it into Bitcoin. Oh my god.
Bro.
Oh my god. Oh, you talk about money right now. If you could just sit on that to the end of the year,
Mm-hmm.
dude. I know a guy. He kind of switching over to stocks a little bit. He he worked for Amazon back when Amazon used to give you I guess a share
Mm-hmm.
every year for like your anniversary and plus like a little bonus or whatever. So he has 8 shares of it's either 8 or 10 shares of Amazon,
Mm-hmm.
and he was like, so this was back in March. Um, well, this was back in May when I talked to him. At that time, dude, how much he had was $28,000 for those 10 shares. And I was like, oh, dude, are you about to cash it out? Me being a rookie. He was he was like he was like, are you insane? No. He was like, why would I sell this right now? And I was like, because it's $28,000.
Yeah. Look, hey, bro, pockets
uh
hurting over here. We need
yeah.
$28,000.
Exactly. I didn't know I needed more reasons than 28,000, but all right. uh, and he was like, he was like, bro, he was like, I've had this stock since he went into the store, but he said I had this stock when people said it would never reach over 800. He said, you want to know what happened the very next week? I was like, what? He was like, it went to 1,300, and I was like, Okay, he was like, dude, I'm not getting rid of this. I'm just gonna just keep waiting it out and waiting it out. And he said maybe one day I will. He said, but I might not because they don't give out stock anymore like to their employees.
Oh,
yeah, they stopped it I think 2 years ago. So he was like my last one was then. He was like they just give you a bonus now for like every year.
that's crazy. So on stocks and stimulus checks, if you would have
Yeah.
taken your $1,200 stimulus check that we got at the beginning of the year,
Mm-hmm.
if you would have put 1,200 into Peloton,
What's
you'd
that?
Peloton, like the bikes,
Oh, the bike. Okay, yeah.
you'd have 5,400. So you would have over 4 times your stimulus check. And the same with Tesla. Tesla, you'd have 5,300. So I mean,
gosh, dude, why do I not see these coming? Why do I not see the wave? It's right there.
literally, bro. It's insane, though.
Oh my gosh, bro. That, one day, bro, we'll get it worked out. We'll get it figured out.
And we are asking anybody, any financial advisors that are listening right now, if you have anything on the next wave,
man,
hit
let
the
me
email
know
right now,
bro. Ooh, that just kind of staying on this topic right here. Ron Artest. Have you ever heard him talk about how he owned parts of Twitter?
No, but I can imagine it's ridiculous.
Bro, he had, what was it? It was like 10% equity or something like that in Twitter. Something like that, bro. Yes, when it first started. And he said because they came to him with the idea, whatever. He was like, he just put in. He said so. He realized he was going broke at a point in time. He talks about this on the Breakfast Club. Dang. Anyway, but he said, oh yeah, so he said that he had like 10% equity, something like that, and he said times got rough, so he was like, hey, I want my money, and like they were like, you want like to sell you want to sell your shares? And he was like, yeah, like I want out. They were like, you want out right now? I mean, okay, yeah, you can, but like why? Pretty much. And he went through the whole thing. So they were like, all right. So they let him out, and I think he said he got $382,000. So he was like, yeah, like, all right,
He
cool.
missed
Like,
out. He missed out on so much.
oh my God. And he was like, if I would have just waited, he was like, there's no telling how much money I would have right now. Because he
That's
said
crazy.
that was back in like, what was that? I want to say he said it was like 2009, 2010, like something like that.
Yeah.
So he was like, just imagine if I would have waited. And this interview was like a year ago, 2 years ago.
Jeez.
We know how big Twitter is now. Like,
facts.
Like, oh my gosh. But see, that's why I'm kind of scared of like the stock market too, though.
Yeah.
Because just like I said with the 28,000, I was like, so you're getting it, right?
Yeah. So you want that? How do you want that? You want that?
Exactly.
Hundreds, 50s?
Yeah. Like, I feel like I would start doing that. Like, I would see it, and as soon as I got like a little bit of money, I was like, yeah, all right, let's go. Yeah. Like, give it to me. I don't know.
But I mean, there's those crazy stories all the time of like athletes or celebrities in general that have kind of made money off of companies. Pusha T made the McDonald's jingle, the ba 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 ba. Like, I'm loving it.
He made that?
Bro, Pusha T got paid $500,000 for that jingle. A one-time buyout of $500,000. You know how mad that man has to be?
Bro, he's got to be sick.
Facts.
Every day. Bro, I'm surprised he doesn't try to break the windows at every McDonald's he sees. Like, everyone I passed, I would be pissed off.
So then,
like, dude, that is a recognizable sound to any person in the world.
So, but then he played himself on that, but he learned from it. Pusha T now gets 40% of every "We Have the Meats" Arby's commercial. 40%.
He made both that line. Dang, dude, Pusha T is okay. I never knew that he was like that creative.
Yeah, because all we think Pusha T does is sell bricks out the
exactly.
But like, that's it.
Push.
Yeah.
Freaking ad lib.
Oh.
Dude, no, I did not. Dude, that's a resume right there.
Facts.
I got the
and he told the world about Drake's kid.
Oh yeah, bro. You know what? Honestly, I just got a little bit more respect for Pusha T right there. I really did. Cause like, you got an Arby's, Notorious line. You got the McDonald's jingle, even though you don't get paid from it.
Yeah.
Great artist, president of a label, and on top of that, you expose Drake. Probably one of the only L's Drake has ever taken.
And probably will ever take.
Yeah, I mean,
because he's moved a lot different since that happened.
Absolutely. Like, man, Pusha T really exposed him. Dang. Okay, yeah, I got to give Pusha T a lot more credit.
Yeah,
a lot more. Man,
I saw that interview about the McDonald's thing, and I was just like, man.
I wonder if could he try to get like, well, no, they bought him out.
Bought him out. Then I say, oh, you want back in? All right, here's some more money.
Yeah.
Nah, B, we making money off you. Here's your
exactly.
Here's your cool little $500K. That's nothing to
us. What's that guy's name? I saw his interview. I want to say what's his Sean or something like that. He was like a childhood actor. But he's the guy that sung the song for The Lion King.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, and so he got, I think they offered him like $2 million or something like that to do it. They said, or he could get like 3% royalties for life.
Yeah, that's what he should.
And so he was about to take the $2 million because he was just a kid, and his mom was like, she said no. She was like, she said, I don't feel like you should take that. She was like, I think you should do the royalties. So he did the royalties, and he was like, and let me tell you, he was like, he said, I thank people every time they play The Lion King.
Dude, there's so many stories like that. I literally watched an interview last night of T-Pain. T-Pain doing some show, podcast, whatever. He said that, I don't remember, there's 2 record labels. One offered him $900,000 up front for one song. I guess he had like a hit. I don't remember what the first hit song. I don't know if it was "I'm in Love with a Stripper" or if it was I don't remember the other ones off the top of my head. But anyways, T-Pain was living in a house in Tallahassee that had no power. They were living off a generator, so his studio was running off a generator that they could not run past 11 o'clock because of like noise complaints and all those kind of things.
Yeah.
One label offered him $900,000 for that first song. Another label offered him $700,000 signing bonus up front for one song. He went to Akon before Akon was like this guy.
Right.
Akon said, I don't have that much. I'll give you $20K up front and a career. Because everyone else was saying, we want this song. We love this song. We want this song. Here's this money for one song. Akon said, no, I'll give you $20K right now. I know it's not a lot, but I'll make you a career too. And so he signed. He said his dad left to go get gas to be able to go to the airport to fly to LA so they could fill up the car to fly to LA to sign the $900,000 deal. He said, let me pack up my stuff before my dad gets back. Packed up everything. He said he passed his dad on the way to go sign with Akon. Crazy, bro.
So his dad almost like he could have.
His dad was like, bro, his dad was like $900K. Let's go. Come on.
Exactly.
I can't turn my lights on right now. Let's go. $900K.
Like, gosh, dude.
But imagine being in that position, bro. Like you literally have you have no electricity and you have $900,000 floating in front of your face.
Man,
and be in your account in 6 hours.
This kind of. I'm glad we kind of took this path right here because I was watching. Have you ever watched the Joe Budden pull up with Russ? Okay.
Oh, so I've seen Russ. I've seen a lot of Russ stuff, but I have not seen the Joe Budden one.
Okay. For anybody that believes that they have an entrepreneur spirit or you feel like you are a hustler, a go-getter.
Go watch Russ.
Yeah. 2 people I would recommend. One, Lil Boosie. Nobody out hustles that guy, bro.
Facts.
There's not a person out here.
I got a third one because I know you're going to leave him off, but I'll talk about it in a second. Go ahead.
All right. And Russ. Wait, who's your third?
Master P.
Yes.
Bro, he's buying Reebok right now.
Is he really?
Yes.
Well, because Reebok just went through that whole rebranding. Dude, I was telling Taylor, so I'm a Nike guy straight up and down, but I grew up Reeboks. And I was like, look, I've been seeing some of their new stuff, what they've been pushing. Like, their sports line is dope. Right. I was like, if they ever just get into, like, just, like, what do they call it? Like, lifestyle wear, I guess, of, like, so it's athletic.
Got Master P buying this thing. They're going to have some lifestyle wear.
Bro, if they get I might turn it back to them. But like, I just might.
Master P did Rap Snacks.
Yes, bro. And you see how those exploded?
Facts.
Bro.
Dude, he's done everything.
Yeah, well, I mean, this was about 10 years ago. Dude, he was worth like $500 or $600 million 10 years ago. The guy he's proven time and time again he's a genius. He's made movies, bro. produced music. He's written it's you name it. He's done it.
But I think it's him and Boosie both being from Louisiana. It's that mindset down there. You know what I mean?
Exactly. You got
So,
to get it.
but again,
You got
back
to
to
get it.
Russ. Back to Russ.
Yeah. Russ. So anybody, I would suggest you go watch that or listen to it because that same situation. So he kind of just confronts the issue with Joe Budden of like how people called him an industry plant and like how he wasn't authentic, blah blah. And he was like, he asked him like, why did he take so much offense to it? And he was like, he said, look, bro, he said when you sit here and you tell me that I didn't grind for this, he said I put out 11 albums, 11 albums before they were getting plays. He said I had less than 1,000 followers on anything. He said nobody was recognizing me. Here I am. He said me and his man. I think it was. I think he calls him Booger, a Booger, something like that. But he was like his mama is letting me go to their basement. He said it's just me and him. He said and I'm in there all day, all night. I think he said he did that over like the course of like 6 years or something like that. He was like, and I'm not getting recognized at all. He said, and all of a sudden I started making money. He said, my dad loses everything trying to start up a company. He said, I saw my family at the darkest point in their life. He said, and I finally make it after putting in all this work over all these years. He said, and it turns around. He said, now he was like, you never sat there with me and had those conversations where like your dad is asking you for $5 for gas. What? And you're over here, you're trying to make music. You're trying to figure out your life. He's trying to figure out his life. He's like, and then you got all this hate where people like saying all this. He was like, he said, when people say I'm cocky, yeah, I had to be. He was like, I made this on my own, bro. I was just like,
yeah. Well, that going back to that story where he said he released 11 projects, didn't even have 1,000 followers on Twitter.
Bro,
nothing.
He
said he had never played a show, never got to headline a show.
Yeah.
He got a like a DM from a high school kid in Washington State.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, hey man, if you come out here, like we can like have you like perform and like do all this. And he was like, man, I can't afford it, whatever. This kid paid for him to fly out to Washington to perform. And then like he stayed at his house and like they had like a show of like 50 people. And like that was his first show he got to do as a headliner. That's
dope,
crazy.
Bro. But that dude, bro, I gave y'all like I guess a paraphrased version. The interview is like an hour and a half, but he just goes through telling stories like that. He was like, I grinded from absolutely nothing. He was like he says he makes it a point to say I mixed, mastered, produced, wrote all this start to finish. He's like, I take pride in that. He said, so if you want to say, like he said, you can say like, hey, my music is whack. You can say blah, blah, blah. He said, that's fine. He said, but when you start saying like, I had help and like somebody planted me here, he said, I take that offensive because you're taking away all the hard work I did and what my family went through just to say like, oh, this guy's a sucker. Somebody just planted him here. They gave it to him. He was like, nobody, you just have to go through it. But he was like, nobody gave me nothing. And I was like,
and I don't know why we went through this phase, but apparently remember the phase of Twitter of like everyone had to hate Russ? And like,
he talks about that. Like,
bro, it made no sense to me. He makes good music, bro.
Yeah, he does, dude. So I think my first song I ever saw of him, and I think this was it was a complete accident. This was back in 2016. It was on YouTube. I think it was Losing Control or something like that.
Yeah.
The only reason why I remember this is because I was listening to somebody else on YouTube, and I was driving down the street over here by Black Fox, the elementary school. And I don't even know why I remember all this. I was driving down the street and I saw it was like a black and white picture. And I was like, who is this dude? And it was coming up next, like on the autoplay. It was 2 Down. And I was just like, well, let me just click that one. And I clicked and I was like, yo, who is this dude?
Yeah.
And like, I remember at that point then, but then like, I feel like it wasn't shortly after that though, I started seeing people like kind of like hating on him. And I was like, I never even knew this guy existed.
Yeah.
And I was like, but I don't see the problem with his music. But he in that interview, he talks about that though. He was like, he was like, that's why I think my fans are the dopest, because he was like, they didn't make it cool to listen to me. He was like, and yeah, my fans still stuck with me. He said, I've gained fans. He was like, he said how hard it's to be like, 15, 16. All your friends are saying, oh, that dude's whack. Why are you listening to him? Why do you listen to him? He was like, but yet you still choose to be a fan and support.
Yeah.
He was like, he was, I love my fans forever for that.
Dude, so if you've never seen any videos of his shows, bro, Go watch him.
Insane.
Insane. Like it's crazy.
He's an all around. He's what I would call. I know a lot of people label themselves this and they put this label on him. He's really an artist, bro.
And I was gonna make this point before you said it because I was gonna say, dude, he's the dual threat. He can give you bangers and then he can turn around and sing to you and still make a hit.
Exactly. Yeah. And he even he makes that point in that interview. He was like, he said he made sure that he was solid all the way around. So when he came, he said so that way he could be competitive. His comparison was, he said, I made sure my left hand was good and my right hand was good. He said, and that way he said, and I made sure my shot was good. He said, so that way when I made it to the league, I could compete. He was like, now I'm here. And I was like, that's kind of dope.
That's hella dope.
It makes sense. He was like, he said, no offense to Kyle Korver. He said, but why would I just try to be just this one-dimensional guy that could only do one thing?
Yeah.
He was like, he said, if I get there, he said, because once I'm there, you're not taking it from me. So he was like, so what do you do now? If I'm nice all the way around, I'm just like, man, this dude is talking right now. But
it's funny that we've been talking about this because like I was literally doing DoorDash yesterday and I literally just pulled up Russ. I watched that interview talking about the concert yesterday and I was like, man, I really like some Russ. I have a lot saved on my Spotify.
And we had the same thought, bro, because I saw it when it first came out, but I went back and watched it yesterday and I finished watching it up today doing cardio. So that's so crazy that like, and I was like, dang, I need to play more Russ.
I listened to Russ for like 2 hours straight last time I was doing DoorDash because I was
that's so crazy.
It's such a vibe, like
it is.
And like you don't know what you're gonna get. Like if you put it on shuffle, like again, you could get a banger and then you're just like, all right, let me crank this up a little bit, and then like the next one you're like, all right, I can turn this down and can just chill.
Exactly. Like, dude, so I just tell people that like, as far as like it just being an entrepreneur, like you hear him say like, dude, he lays out a plan in there of how like how he was able, because Joe asked him like, he said, well, how'd you get the money to even like start being able to produce your music? He's like, bro, I saved up $5,000. And Joe was like, he was like, you think that's a lot? And he goes to like breaks it all down, but he just tells people basically how you grind and then stay loyal to the people that were there to support you. Like that guy that helped him out, that his mom was letting him in the basement, still right there beside him, bro. And he was like, his mama grew up. He said right down the street from right here. And he was like, he kept everything tight. And it's like, when you see somebody like that, that's a real like rags to riches story.
Facts.
Like his parents came here, they tried to grind it out because he said he's Italian. He said they moved around a lot. He said his dad had a dream, and he said, and then you never imagine as a kid you'll be the one put in position to help your parents fulfill their dream. You know what I'm saying? Like it's so even though I'm not in that position, I can imagine like how he felt like when his dad sat him down, was like, hey, like I just need some money because blah blah, and then like just imagine the tension.
Well, it's just the fact of like his whole childhood, his whole growing up, he saw his dad, he saw his parents struggle, and then he saw him fail. And then he said, all right, my time, let's go. And then so he struggled, and then he succeeded. So then he said, all right, now we're all whole team eating.
Yeah, and he said, because he also said a point on there too. He was like, he said, and I get more frustrated because he said, because when you start attacking me, he was like, like trying to tear me down. He said there was a point that was going to take from them. He said, so when I'm sitting here, like he said, and I'm helping support my dad, and you're saying like, Russ, like he's whack, blah blah blah. He's an industry plan, like like basically trying to blackball him from the industry. He was like, those are the people that would have suffered. So basically, he almost views it as like an attack on his dad, and it's like and his parents as a whole. Yeah, and I'm just like, no, dude, I get that. I can definitely see his point. So I see why like he walks around like so chippy and just like, no, it's me. I'm here. It's super dope, bro.
Yeah, man.
Damn,
a lot today, that's for sure.
Yeah, I don't even know
a lot of points.
Yeah, how we even got down that path. We should update people on Nashville. So, yes, they realized they now identified switching. Well, we went from a very happy tune
to
kind of dark. Brace yourselves. Okay, so switching over to a little bit heavier of a note. So yeah, we updated on the Nashville. What would you call them?
bombing, I guess, explosion.
Yeah, something. Yeah. Suicide bomber, but I feel like that carries such a heavier stigma than. But that, yeah, so that guy. But yes, it was a guy, an older guy. They do believe he operated alone. Apparently, his girlfriend reported months ago to the police that he had been building bombs, and she tried to warn someone, which sounded kind of weird to me because I was like, I don't know if she was still his current girlfriend, but I'm like,
why are you standing with a dude that's building bombs?
Exactly, because I'm like, dude, if I walk in and I see Taylor building some bombs,
we out.
I'm out of there. I'm like, hey, yeah, I'm gonna just hit you back. Hold on, and I'm gone, bro. And I'm calling everybody I know, like the authorities and all, and I'm not going back. So it's like that sounded kind of weird to me. But yeah, and so they believe that he acted alone, and I believe so for those of you that kind of kept up with the story, there was another incident in Lebanon with a similar type of vehicle that was playing the same type of music. But I'm pretty sure they believe that was just a copycat because they found no explosives there. So almost somebody was kind of mocking the situation. But they brought in a robot to that car or the box truck, inspected it, and then they towed it off. So there was no explosives there. And they have the people in custody for right now for questioning and stuff. So, I think that's all the updates I have about it. Did you hear?
Yeah, and I don't think we're gonna get many more updates on it just because they already claimed it was a lone wolf situation. So I mean, they're just gonna kind of
which is good. In a way, it still sucks. It's still unfortunate, for the people and the businesses around there. Again, I don't think it affected any homes right there. I think we already kind of said that last week. It was basically just businesses, and AT&T. And yeah, AT&T's back up. Surprisingly, they worked pretty fast. I got to give them credit. What was that? 2 days of phones kind of sucking.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like if this happened some years ago, I think it might have been a little bit longer.
Yeah, probably so.
Yeah, but no, that's not too bad there though. It was some quiet 2 days, but so yeah, so I think that's all I got today, bro.
Yeah, man. We hit it all today. We appreciate you guys supporting us this year. As we roll into the next year, we definitely will appreciate your support even more. It's just the beginning. Year one in the books. Let's start 2021 off right.
Oh yeah. Keep
sharing the podcast, man. Keep sharing.
Yes. Keep sharing it. Keep letting people know. Thank y'all for watching. We enjoy bringing you guys this content, and we got a whole year ahead to give you more.
So. We know you're there. Like I post this on all of our streaming platforms, and within 20 minutes we have plays. So it's like, I know you're there. You must have notifications on or something. Just share it with somebody and give us feedback. That's all we're asking for.
Yeah, just a little bit, something.
Yeah, we would like to start again a life advice column that we do on here. So if you have just random things that you want us to talk about, send it. We will talk about it.
Bet.
We'll give you advice. It might not be what you want to hear, but we'll do it. But that's all we got, guys. Till next time. See you next year.